We are on TWINSTAR Mists of Pandaria. It's 2024 now, September underway. Let's see how it does. Last time I was here, it was dying. It was dead, actually. That's why I didn't play here ever since over a year ago when it launched. And if you'd like to find out about other World of Warcraft private servers, go to this video sponsor, gtop100.com, World of Warcraft section. And here you can browse through servers depending on version of the game, aka expansions, Mists of Pandaria Cataclysm. Thanks GTOP100 for sponsoring the video. So let's see how many players are around. We are in Shrine of 7 Stars, which is like a capital city in Pandaria for Alliance. There have been a few changes to the server since I last played here. The world chat, which is the global chat for everyone, is now cross-faction, so you can see messages from both Alliance and Horde, and you also see whether that person is from the Alliance faction or from Horde. That's a perfect implementation. This was very necessary for the server since there's literally maybe a couple hundred players online at peak. Now it's 10 p.m. so it's maybe 2 to 3 hours after peak time. It's Thursday, but this time you can see there's not really many people around. I saw like 3 people in total when I was standing here on the terrace. Let's see the insides, whether we can see any more players here. The world chat, not really moving. There's like a new message every 30 seconds, let's say. /who is broken. It doesn't show you the actual number of online players. It only shows you 49. But let's say we look for levels 1 to 20 and we see 4 people. Is that both factions? Undead, Knight of Worgen. Yes, that's both factions. So, okay, so there's literally 1 to 89. Okay, 49. So, let's say there's like 55 people leveling. The rest of them are max levels. To get a better idea, we can also search by class and /who. So we have 23 paladins online, 23 druids online, 22 hunters online, 10 mages online, 16 priests online. So that will probably make it somewhere around 200 players online in total, I guess, after peak time. So let's say in peak time it would be 300 players daily on average at peak. That is your average smaller server where you're able to do some PvE stuff and questing, especially if you have a guild. You will have to have a somewhat active guild at, let's say, 8 p.m. when you schedule your raid once a week and run it. That's all you can do. I've been queued for a random battleground for 12 minutes now, and I don't think it will pop throughout the duration of recording this video, but I will give it a try. Arenas, I don't expect any activity there, but we can check the arena ladder to get an idea. So here we are on TWINSTAR's Armory. Really nice armory, by the way. 2v2 ladder on Helios. That's their only Mists of Pandaria realm. And rank 1 is at 2046 rating. 2029 for rank 2. And top 25 ends at 1742. So for PvP, definitely not recommended. Let's see 3v3. 2000, and then it drops to 1700, almost 1800. Top 25 ends at 1210. And there's also solo queue. Oh, that's a little bit more active than 3v3 at least. That's nice to see. Yeah, but not too impressive either. PvP rated battlegrounds on Helios. Let's see. Oh, that's actually relatively popular. Mostly guild headhunters, so I assume this guild is probably doing those roll kind of groups where you have 20 people and you roll and you create 2 separate groups and play against each other. This is relatively active for rated battlegrounds, especially in comparison with the arena. So if you're in this headhunters guild, you may be able to get in some rated BGs with your friends. This capital city for Alliance seems kind of empty. Oh, there's one player. Nice. Oh, there's second and third. 3 players. Okay. There's another one. 3. Is this 4th? That's 4th player in the capital city in Pandaria here. And let's see anybody in outside. There's 1. So that makes it 5. 5 players here. let's try Stormwind. Arriving in Stormwind, can't see any players. Here's one, level 35 mage. And we also have one druid at level 85. And there's the third one. That looks like that's all we get here in Stormwind. Yeah, there's nobody in the bank. Let's see Elwyn Forest, the dual zone. I don't think it's much of a dual zone in Mists of Pandaria anymore, unfortunately. But let's see it just in case. Nope, zero, nothing. Let's check out Horde. By the way, I was in that battleground queue for over 15 minutes before logging out, and it didn't pop, so BGs are probably not happening or not very often. We're starting in Orgrimmar. Well, I don't really like what I'm seeing, because there's literally nobody. There's one poor Horde player at level 5. Let's of course see the dual zone too. As expected, there's nobody here. Now we're in the Horde capital, Shrine of the Two Moons in Pandaria, and I saw one player here already. Yep, there's 2, 3, 4, and we have 5. So about the same as Alliance. 5 people here. Let's try to queue up for a dungeon. Heroic dungeon and max level, and let's at least see if we have any tanks or healers or DPSs in the queue at this moment. Oh, we do. So we're only waiting for tank. Looks like you may be able to run some dungeons, especially if you're a tank spec. One controversial decision, and I don't know who made this decision and thought it was a good idea, but it was stupid, is that on Helios's website they state there's 3,695 active players. People interpret this number as active online players at this moment, and that's not the case. When you mouse over that active players thing, it tells you number of active players during the last week. So in other words, that's basically the people that logged on to their Mists of Pandaria realm in the last week. They aren't online at this moment. They just logged sometime during the past 7 days. That's why when we looked online, we found like 200 players, not over 3,000. And there's new accounts created within the past month. That's actually pretty impressive. 2,200 players creating new accounts in the past month. And here's some basic info about the realm in case you'd like to try it. XP rates 1 to 3, bonus weekend XP, reputation, currencies. There's full cross faction, finally. Racial swap, 3v3 arena event 2 times a week. Solo queue, conquest point catch up, that's also great. Spell cooldown reset after duels. We fought for this for so many years, and they would always deny us. I wonder what's changed. And it says that the PvP season has been going on since December 20th. We saw the numbers, so does that mean these small numbers, they accumulated that over 9 months, and we only get those 2,000 ratings max? That's not good. Factions are fairly even. There's a little bit more Horde. And if we look at the Discord server, I'm in Helios chat right now, general, so that's all in English. Not much activity here. Today only few messages. If we go to Athena chat, which is the Cataclysm realm, Athena and Apollo, kind of the same thing, very similar. And then we also have the general chat. There's no messages today even, so that should give you a good idea about the server nowadays. It is a small server. If you like to play with less players, go ahead, be my guest. It is a quality, solid server, well scripted, stable, but it's also not good for PvP. It's not very good for PvE unless you have friends who you can play with. It's good for any kind of solo gameplay. If you want to run dungeons, low level dungeons. If you're a tank spec, you will be able to get in those dungeons. Not too fast and not too often. You'll probably have to wait until more the evening time, but it is possible to do dungeons. And if you prefer this smaller family tight-knit community, this may be a good place for you. This server's been around for over a decade, well over a decade, so it doesn't just disappear. It's certainly not a good place for me to play on, because I really need those players, but it may be good for you.